channel. Thank you for the messages channel through. Thank you for being here. I'm not even gonna start over. What you just came into was me thanking this channel and thanking the channel that this Virgo New Moon reading is posted on for existence, for being. And with that, I'm choosing to be ready. Welcome to Nest of Guidance. I'm Robin, and this is your reading for the Virgo New Moon that's going to be on August 22nd and 23rd, depending on where you live in this beautiful planet we call Earth. And that little impromptu beginning of this reading that we just had is really quite in flow and in alignment with the energy of the intuitive readings and messages that I've picked up recently for this lunation on the 22nd and 23rd of August in Virgo. I myself am Virgo Sun and Virgo Moon, and I also have my Mars and my Mercury hanging out in Virgo as well, so it's a right party, quiet party, but a right party in my Virgo, in my astrology chart. And so I've been coming through with a whole bunch of readings within myself to share in this reading for this Virgo lunation that are based on my own personal experiences as being very Virgo, and also what you might be experiencing as this Virgo New Moon approaches on Friday, Saturday, August 22nd and 23rd. I'm going to start us off with some intuitive messages, and then we're going to go into some self-care cards, oracle cards, and then at the very end, we will go into the tarot cards. So, timestamps are down below in the description if you want to choose your own adventure, and let's just dive right in, shall we? So, all of the intuitive messages that I've picked up for this Virgo lunation can truly be summed up into one saying that I found online yesterday, I want to say, that really just struck a chord and summed up everything that I've been experiencing in my personal life, in my interpersonal relationships and connections, in my career, in my health, in my spiritual journey in life, and potentially for you too if this reading and channel is resonating for you. And that is that being ready is a choice and not a feeling. A lot of the times in life, we have this preconception that we have to feel ready for the things that we experience in life. We have to feel ready to start a new job. We have to feel ready to start a new relationship. We have to feel ready to start a new routine or health program. But truly, readiness in its full embodiment is a choice. Being ready is a choice, not a feeling, though it can shift into being a feeling after we make that choice, which is where the beauty in readiness truly lies. You must choose to be ready for it to become a feeling first. Choose the readiness and then tap into the readiness in your body, in your emotions, in your mind, and in your heart, and in your spirit. And that's when you will feel it after you've made the choice. And with that, the other intuitive messages I picked up for this Virgo lunation and through my own personal experiences, again, of being very, very Virgo, is that all of our community, all of our dreams, all of our wishes, all of our wants, all of our desires lie outside of our hermit cave. And Virgo is very reclusive, it's very introvert, it's very much like, no, not me, that's okay. It's connected to the Hermit Tarot card in Tarot, which is a major arcana, which is all about introspection and shining your light within to shine it outward, and being that solitary figure on the top of the cliff or in the heart of the forest in some decks. But the community, the dreams, the vision, the actualization lies outside of that cave or outside of the heart of the forest. And even as Virgo or Hermit or wherever Virgo is within your own astrology chart, to get to the top of that mountain or to get to the heart of the forest, you must be ready to take that step. You must choose to start that journey. And as Virgo, I can say that we can prepare for literally decades. We can prepare and pull resources, and we even think that like being in our heads and ruminating about all the different possibilities or conversations or options or choices is being prepared or preparing, but it's truly just slowing us down and slowing down that momentum. And so when we choose to be ready, that also is choosing to accept and trust the unknown. You know you're going to journey to the top of the mountain. You know you're going to journey to the heart of the forest. So you can prepare what you know you will need, like water, food, shelter, hopefully some sort of companion on this journey with you, even though Virgo and Hermit can be very solitary energies, but you don't know what the full journey is going to entail, so you must release it with trust and acceptance in that unknown energy and be ready for what comes into the unknown, trusting it, accepting it, and moving forward into it as you face it. And with that, the other message that came through with that is that Virgo energy, and we might all be experiencing this right now, or you might be experiencing this again in whatever area of your astrological chart, is Virgo, and with whatever cosmic bodies hang out in there. But for me, being Virgo sun and moon, so the core of my being is Virgo, and what nourishes me and what supports me is being Virgo, but my Mars is in there and my Mercury is in there as well. So as I say to some people, I am more likely to attack myself, be hard on myself, be aggressive with myself inwardly than I am to shout it out loud to the world. And with that inward aggression or inward war, because Mars is also the planet of war, it can stop us from expressing our truth, expressing what we need, honoring ourselves through our voices. And voices carry a massive frequency and energy with them that really send the energy and the vibration and the frequency out into the physical world to be manifested. And with that, the only way to free your mind, to even receive those divine insights, to receive that inspiration for those journeys, is to free them through your expression, to speak them into reality. And again, choosing to be ready to speak what you need to into reality, to share that light that Hermit holds, that Virgo holds, in whatever part of your chart, again, is Virgo, so that it can be shared. Light is meant to be shared, and expression is meant to be released, whether that's self-expression through art or inspiration or creativity, or expression through your voice and your throat chakra channel to be seen, heard, and received by whomever it is seen, heard, and received by. And trusting that you are ready for whatever the unknown holds as you put this out, and as you step into that path towards the top of the mountain or the heart of the forest. So, one self-care card from my beloved self-care wisdom deck came through immediately when I tapped into this energy and received that saying of being ready is a choice, not a feeling. And that is, thanks for the confirmation, Sunny, if you heard the dog barking, and that is the self-care of choice. Choice as a self-care. To know that your choice is what unlocks all of the options for you. And you must choose to unlock the options. Otherwise, you just hang out on this side of the portal instead of tapping into all of the choices that are waiting for you to receive them. The back of this self-care card says, worry less about making the right choice worry less about making the right choice and more about being strong enough to handle any outcome. Worry less about wondering, is this right for me? Is that right for me? Should I do this? Should I do not that? And instead, embody the fact that you will be strong enough to handle whatever outcome lies before you. That is how you tap into the frequency, the energy of readiness. It's not about delaying and I want to say the word that came through is debilitating, but deliberating is the actual correct word there, although deliberating can be debilitating on your choices, knowing that whatever you choose, you can handle because you can, because you are ready in body, mind, heart, and spirit for the outcome, and you're strong enough for whatever the outcome is, even if it's something that you are not expecting, even if it's something that you're not is in with alignment what you feel for yourself. You are still strong enough to handle any outcome. But the first step is to choose to be ready to make the choice, choose to be ready to start the journey, and choose the knowing that you are strong enough to handle the unknown and the outcome that lies within it. Because a lot of the times, even when we have the preconceived notions of what the outcome is in our head, how often does that exact outcome play out for you? Very rarely, I want to say, does the exact precise outcome that we envision in our head play out for us. Oh, I just got a little reality shifty there. So trust that even if the outcome isn't exactly precisely what you feel is happening for you, you can still handle it. And hey, maybe the outcome that is manifesting from your choice to be ready is something even more beautiful, more aligned, more gifted, more blessed than the outcome that you had perceived in your mind. So with that, I'm now going to go into this the rest of the self-care deck, because I really feel like I want to pull one fresh and not just go with the choice one that I've placed here because it came through when I was channeling this lunation, Virgo New Moon. So the self-care for us, there's two. See? I just wanted one. That was the perceived outcome. And 222, 1, 2, 2, 2 on the timer there. And we have 2 more outcomes of this self-care choice before us with the Virgo New Moon. First is priorities, and this beautiful priorities card is not about society's priority for you. It's not about your mind, your ego's priority for you. This is about your heart's priorities, your desires, the life you want to live, the people you want to be around, and the career path, life path you choose to make your priority. So it's about clearing off from your daily life, your schedule, your energy, what does not work for you, that might just feel like should do, but is not really a heart chosen activity or plan, to make space for what is your heart calling you to do, that is a priority for your heart and your mission and your purpose here, and also to allow yourself to rearrange or, reassess, as this card says, your priorities, your plans, your thoughts, your ideas, your dreams to align with the schedule, the life, the path forward that you wish to walk. The back of this self-care card says, the quality of your life is determined by how you spend your time. Make sure your schedule reflects the life you want. Make sure your schedule reflects the life you want. Prioritize. Choose to prioritize your self-care, your self-love, your desires, your wishes, what your heart is calling you forward for, what your body is feeling illuminated and light and full of life for, and these will all lead you towards the life that you want. The last self-care card that fell forward, where I kind of hinted at earlier, was the self-care card of reassessing. And this is simply just like coming back into alignment with yourself. Knowing that if you felt like you've kind of been in division with yourself or at parallel energies of yourself, that it is time to come back into alignment, wholeness, and unity of body, mind, heart, and spirit with yourself. This is also coming through as cohesiveness, being head, heart, and body a coherence as well. And when your mind, your heart, and your body are all in coherence, massive, beautiful shifts and changes and outcomes happen for you. And even if you don't feel ready, you can choose to be ready and choose to reassess your readiness as a conscious choice with intention, as opposed to something you're waiting to feel within. Remember, choose to be ready first, and then the feeling will sink in to your soul, I'm hearing from there. The back of this self-care card says, you have the right to change your mind. So again, you have the right to reassess. You can choose to reassess and choose to change your mind, to be strong enough to handle whatever outcome is before you, to choose to prioritize your life, your schedule, your energy, your frequencies, I'm hearing, to match what is in your highest good, what your heart truly desires, what feels good in your body. And that, I'm hearing, is the most Virgo advice you can ever give someone, is what feels good in your body. Does choosing readiness feel good in your body and letting it sink into a feeling embodied from there, or does waiting to feel ready feel good in your body? Because for me, waiting to feel ready in my body feels like stagnation. It feels like hesitation. It feels like and I would much rather choose to be ready at this point in my life, in body, mind, heart, and spirit, and then let that reality sink into place for me than wait to feel ready and potentially be waiting days, months, weeks, years for that feeling to sink in and then choose it. When you make the conscious choice, you are co-creating the readiness I just heard. So choose to make the conscious choice to be ready for whatever beautiful unknown outcomes and decisions wait for you with this Virgo new moon on August 22nd and 23rd. Now we're going to go into the oracle cards, and we have 3 different oracle cards here. First, we have the Virgo Star Codes Astro card, and I absolutely love this Virgo card. It's also the 6th card because it is connected to the 6th house in astrology, but 6 is also the number of harmony. And what's funny, Spirit's like, Robin, poke. 6, I've always felt, is the harmony that lies below the surface. So visualize the energy of a turbulent ocean, right? Big white caps, stormy waters, ups on the surface of that ocean. But the farther you sink down into that energy of the ocean, the farther you digest what you are experiencing in your life, there's calm, there's peace, there's harmony, there's oneness, there's unity, there's wholeness down below the turbulent surface. And we really do sometimes need to just let ourselves sink in through that energy of turbulence, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, to find the peace and the harmony that lies below, to digest what we have our hands full of, what is full in our lives in this moment. So choose to digest these energies that are around and supporting you, the people that are around and supporting you, the experiences that are around and supporting you. It is all for you, and you can choose to digest them all. Choose to be ready to receive them and digest them all, to integrate them all into your body, mind, heart, and spirit in this Virgo new moon on August 22nd and 23rd. I also love this specific Virgo card because back in ancient times, Virgo was the one. She's also connected to Vesta, which is the goddess of the hearth. But Virgo is known to be very, very, very detail-oriented, very observant, very highly aware, very self-aware, and very situationally aware. So they were usually the ones to harvest and pull the little hard surface off the wheat because they would do the best job to prepare the wheat, to get the wheat ready to be milled so it could be served and made into food and wheat. So know that this energy is digestible, that you are ready to digest it, ready to receive it. And even if it takes some time to sink in, it will. And below that, there is harmony. One of my cats is like, I think, attaching himself to the screen door right now, but we're just going to let him do that. I'm also hearing this message come through as I say that to know that this Virgo energy, at least for me being Virgo Sun, Moon, Mars, and Mercury, it can make life feel like it's slowing down, or it can make things feel like every part of your experience is a meditation. But the energy of digestion usually works slowly. We might eat quickly, consume quickly, receive quickly, but digestion is something that happens slowly, meditatively. So let yourself digest and meditate these energies of readiness and the choices that are ahead of us, and the self-care of reassessment and prioritizing what our hearts, our minds, our bodies, and our spirits are telling us in your divine timing, which is not human timing. It is not 24-hour clock timing. It is the timing of your soul. And sometimes it can happen quickly, and sometimes it's very slow, but there is no rushing this frequency. You can choose immediately to be ready, but sometimes we need to even let the choice of readiness sink in. And again, your own system, body, mind, heart, and spirit, and your own internal divine timing connected to source will govern that. So trust in that unknown timing frequency of the divine as well. We also have the oracle card of trusting that all will be well. Trusting that when you make the choice to handle all the outcomes, to know that you're strong enough, trusting that readiness is a choice and not a feeling you need to wait for in your body, in your mind, or your heart, and your spirit, that all will be well regardless of whatever the outcome is. Because again, this is all happening for us. So we will always have it work out well. Maybe not as planned, maybe not as expected, but it will all work out well because it is all happening for us. So trust that the choices you are making for yourself, the choice to be ready, will work out well with this Virgo new moon. And the last oracle card we have here is that it is time to give rather than receive or take. And this makes me think of this as well, because they might prepare the wheat to be milled, or the grains to be milled into wheat to be prepared into bread, or whichever, but truly they do not keep what they prepare. They do not, even the feeling that the energy of readiness isn't something you just keep for yourself. It's usually you're getting ready, you're choosing to be ready for something else that you're sharing with an audience. I'm hearing that you're sharing with a person, even if it's like an idea. It's something that we share. Even the Hermit Major Arcana card in Tarot with the light is being shared outwardly. It's not that he's like, this is my light and it's only for me and I'm just going to take this light for myself. It's no. This is like, give the light. Give the light. It is time to give rather than take, and sometimes that giving is physically, sometimes it's mentally, sometimes it's emotionally, and sometimes it's spiritually. I was saying to a friend yesterday, when I was talking about channeling the new moon in Virgo, and he was like, oh, please let me know if something comes through for me. And I was like, will do, 444, 2444, on the timer right there, which is knowing that miracles are happening for you, and that you're literally surrounded by 10,000 angels, which is a lot of angels to be surrounded by for the Virgo new moon. But it's this energy of, and I said, it's like, I will definitely share, I will definitely give what I receive through as an intuitive channel, because whether it's a channel of spirit or a channel in nature, like a channel of water, or a channel you're watching on TV or listening to on the radio station, if it's blocked, it's not really doing its work, is it? It's not really anything. Then it's just like a quagmire I'm hearing, because it's just like a stuck up energy. It's not ready. So again, this is a time to give through our channels of our mind, of our bodies, of our hearts and spirits, as opposed to take or hoard or hold back. So know that you are ready to give through your channel, give through your voice, give through your ideas, give through your creativity to whomever your audience is, whether if it's a large platform, whether it's just a single person, whether it's your art book I'm hearing, even just laying ideas out on the table for yourself is giving in some way, because you're, again, getting them out of your head and getting them into the physical world. Self-expression. So that is what we have here for self-care, choosing to know that you are ready to handle whatever outcome happens, knowing that you can reassess and change your mind as you need to. That is your birthright as a independent, free-thinking being on this planet, and knowing that you have the right and choice to prioritize your life, your schedule, your energy, your resources, to tap into the most aligned and fulfilling life for yourself. So now I'm going to go into my tarot deck, and instead of doing the 6-card spread that I have been doing for the new moons, even though it has been a little while since I posted a lunation reading on my channel, so thank you in advance if you're even still watching this one, because it has been a little more spontaneous. And thank you if you've been holding out and being like, Robin, where are the readings? Where are the readings? Speaking of channels being blocked, where are the readings? I'm here. I am back. I had a huge wave of all the healing to go through recently, but I am back. I am aligned. I am on fire, I just heard. So hallelujah. We are an open channel once again, more open and choosing readiness more than ever before. This reading, I'm going to actually go into my traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck. This is the same deck that I teach with, so if you are in the North Vancouver, West Vancouver, or around that area, and you're free on September 3rd in the evening from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be teaching the Intro to Tarot at the Oracle in West Vancouver. So check out the website link below and see if you feel ready, if you're choosing readiness to dive into your own tarot study with me as your teacher. And I'm going to go into this deck and I'm going to see what messages come forward to help us shift into the conscious, intentional choice of readiness physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually during this lunation Virgo new moon that begins on Are you kidding me? Do you see this? What card was I saying was connected to Virgo? About shining the light? Literally the Hermit? Okay. Literally, like, just frigging do the thing. Shine the light. Be the inner guide for yourself and others. So that is definitely, like, the key message here. I cannot believe that card just flipped up for us. Are you kidding me, Spirit? Okay. So, you might also have other Virgos popping into your life right now because, again, this is the Major Arcana card connected to Virgo. So, back to what I was saying before Spirit decided to be like, hello, snap, wake up, talking about readiness, talking about shining that light and not hoarding it or blocking it. another message coming through with this before I get into the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual of choosing readiness is that one thing I learned through studying and teaching with the original Rider-Waite deck is that the Hermit's staff is not made out of wood, which sounds logical that it would be made out of wood, but it is not. It is actually made of the same substance, the same material, the same energy as the lamp. So what you shine outward is what you choose to support yourself and walk forward with. So if you are choosing readiness, you walk forward with readiness and you support yourself with readiness. If you're choosing love, to shine love, then you walk forward and support yourself with love. And obviously, clearly, I'm hearing we can choose multiple positive energies and frequencies to shine from our inner light and walk forward and support ourselves with. I'm hearing that's kind of the point, Spirit. And unfortunately, maybe this is where reassessment comes into play, is that when we're going through darker times, heavier energies, we might be subconsciously, or yikes, choosing to shine an energy that is not actually light. If you're going through dark times and feeling resentment, you can be shining resentment outward from your inner light and then walking forward and supporting yourself, although it's not really support, with the energy of resentment or one of those lower frequencies. But we also have the ability to meditate within, to self-reflect, to move through, to reassess, to change our mind if we're in one of those lower energies, to come back into a light, a sense of self that is actually illuminated and aligned and whole, and is actually going to help us move forward and support us. So know that that is a message coming through for this Virgo lunation too. And I'm still like, Spirit just like blew my mind with its bringing up that the Hermit card for us as I'm mentioning it earlier. And it's stuff like that honestly, like, thank you, because I could not have planned that. That was Spirit just coming through and being like, we're going to bring it real home, real clear. So let's see what other messages come through for us with, ooh, another kind of earthy card. The Empress coming through as well. So again, choosing to know that you're abundant, that you have prosperity, choosing to be the nurturer, choosing to be compassionate, choosing to see the amount of goodness that is within your life. We also have this energy happening for us now with the grains here, full hands of that abundance, and all the abundance in the Empress card with all the wheat before her, sitting back. Rest is also a choice that we can be ready for. It's not always about action and go, go, go. I just saw 3333 on my timer. So you can choose to be ready for rest. You can choose to be ready for self-reflection and stillness as much as you can choose to be ready for action. So know that you can nurture yourself through these energies with this abundance, this fullness, this prosperity of health, wealth, well-being, love. And I'm hearing Venusian energies. Her shield is connected to the energy of Venus, which is love, art, beauty, and tenderness. So that is another key message I'm seeing here, is that maybe it's time to reassess and change our minds into seeing that we have the abundance, the prosperity, the love, the luxury. If you were watching this reading, thank you. And also know that you are living in luxury by watching this. You're probably lying in a bed or sitting on a comfy couch and you're watching this video right now, maybe by yourself or maybe with someone. This is also feeling kind of divine counterpart energy. I just heard that. So maybe you're watching it with someone you love as well. And that is also a luxury. Love is a luxury. Health, wealth, well-being, prosperity, abundance is all luxuries. They're all our birthrights, but they're all our luxuries as well. So know that that is something you can illuminate for yourself, that you have this abundance that is your birthright, that is also a luxury coming through for you, and that you can prioritize what you need to in your daily life, your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit, to tap into this beautiful frequency of shining your light on that prosperity, that nurturing, to support yourself and move forward into more of it with this Virgo lunation. All right, I'm going to pull 4 cards because this reading is getting rambly and it's already at like 35, 36 minutes. So if you're still here, again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for staying with me while I took a hiatus unexpectedly to do some deep healing and alchemizing in my life. Let's see what Spirit has to say for us to help us choose to be ready intentionally and consciously within our body, our mind, our heart, and our spirit, beyond choosing that illumination through self-reflection and then walking forward into that choice with the Hermit. So we do have physical rest coming through. And what was I just saying about choosing to be ready to rest? The 4 of Swords is all about resting your mind, your body, your heart, and your spirit. If you feel like you've been too wrapped up in the busyness, the chaos, the energy, the everything that life is right now, maybe you need to prioritize some rest within yourself and give that to yourself as opposed to take from something else to keep up with the momentum I'm hearing. So choose rest if you feel like you need it. This can also be like sabbatical levels of rest. This could be going on like a retreat. It's all grayscale because gray is the color of neutrality. So this person is such in a state of rest that they're literally like lying on a coffin in prayer. They've hung up their thoughts, whatever's going through their head, and they've separated themselves from the colors and the chaos of the external life so they can come back into a state of reassessment, rest, and ease. This type of energy brings alignment with reassessment. So if you feel like you've been very busy lately, know that rest and stillness and sabbatical self-care is being supported in this lunation of Virgo New Moon. All right, there's also some cards that flew on the ground, so I'm going to pick those up. Oh, so I'm going to say that this 4 of Swords is also connected to the primary factors I'm hearing of shining your light onto abundance and luxury, and also shining your light onto rest as needed, as key kind of potentially priorities for us with this lunation. And then 4 cards conveniently fell out onto the floor, so that's going to be excuse me, body, mind, heart, and spirit for us. So physically, the Wheel of Fortune. So the physical way you can be ready for readiness is to know that it can work out for you very, very, very well, and to choose to make the choice to be ready and potentially shift the own Wheel of Fortune in your life through, this would probably be a state of action or expression, so that you can actually receive the good outcome that's going to come through, and know that you can be strong enough to receive that good outcome. A lot of the times we think we're ready, but our heart is like, oh, I don't know if I can handle that level of success or love or wealth or well-being. But you are strong enough to handle this outcome. Physically, your body, your vessel, your temple is strong enough to handle the good fortune that is awaiting for you by choosing readiness. And if that's not a body communication message coming through for us with this Virgo New Moon, I don't know what is. Your body, your vessel is ready. And I'm also hearing this advice come through if you want to try a little body communication exercise for yourself. And this is one that I've practiced and still use in my life quite frequently to tap into a yes or no quickly from my body, is visualize the Wheel of Fortune, which is doors of opportunity opening for you. It's good luck happening for you. It's the Egyptian goddess Set here, shifting the wheel of life up into an upward trajectory in the upward principle of good fortune and good tidings and good luck. And visualize this. Stand up and close your eyes while visualizing this with your hands on your head, with your hands on your heart, and ask your body, your physical, right? Because this card's for the physical. Ask your body, am I ready to receive good fortune and good luck physically in my life? And if you feel yourself rock or sway forward, it's a yes. And if you feel yourself rock or sway backwards, it's a no. And you know what? If you're physically not ready to receive good fortune and good luck in your life on a physical level, that doesn't mean that you're moving backwards. It just means that it's time for more rest and self-care and self-love. So you can shift whatever you need to physically to be ready to receive the good luck and good fortune on a physical body level. And you might notice that you find yourself sway sometimes when you do this body communication exercise. And I always just take that as calibration. So if you ask through body communication, visualize the Wheel of Fortune and ask, am I physically ready to receive this good fortune and good luck in my life? And you start to feel yourself sway back and forth. It just means your energy is recalibrating to that question. And then you'll start to feel yourself sway back or forward as an answer. And again, forward is yes, it will move you forward. Backwards is no, it might knock you back a little bit. And in that case, it's just time for more rest, self-love, and self-care, right? The Empress is seated, so there is nothing wrong with rest and self-care when the body is calling for it. Mentally, how you can prepare for readiness is to just embrace, on a mental level, start thinking of the positive things, right? So the Ten of Cups is an emotion-based card. It is more about feelings and relationships and emotions and heart-based energy. But we can think the things. So on a mental readiness level, choosing to be mentally ready, start thinking of the positive outcomes, right? Think of the blessings that will be bestowed upon you emotionally by choosing to think about the positive outcomes, about the bliss, the love, the joy, the elation I'm hearing, the relief, the awe, the gratitude, the appreciation. And I love rainbows, especially within tarot and in real life, because they're a sign of my dad who passed in 2016. But rainbows, spiritually and biblically, are a sign from God that the flood is over. So when you choose to be ready mentally in your mind by accepting and thinking of the positive emotions that the readiness will bring you, the flood of negative thoughts and emotions end. And that is how you can choose to be ready on a mental level within your mind. You tell him, Sonny. You tell him. And then emotionally, it's interesting because we have a card of emotion to balance readiness within the mind, and then we have a card of the mind, the higher mind, to bring forth the choice of readiness within the heart with the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is a wise, grounded counselor. So let your heart be discerning. Choose discernment and readiness within your heart in a grounded way. Be lenient on yourself with the energies of discernment and readiness within your heart and your emotions and your feelings. I'm hearing go easy on yourself a little bit. You don't have to be so rigid, you know. The King's sword is slightly tilted for a reason, because he's more lenient, more calm, more compassion. He's still that grounded, wise, unbiased ruler of the mind and of advice and of counsel, but he's not going to be so hard and fast with his answers that you feel like you can't trust this energy that you're feeling within your heart when you choose to be ready. So go easy on yourself with your heart. Know that the discernment and answers you're receiving about readiness within your heart and your emotions are happening for you in this frequency of the King of Swords. This might also be tuning into air sign masculine energies for us to help us tap into discernment potentially. So if you see any masculine identifying or masculine embodied energies of Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius come through for you during the Virgo New Moon on August 22nd and 23rd and the following 2 weeks, know that they might help you shift the stagnancy or hesitancy you feel emotionally towards readiness into something that is more grounded and clear. And last, but certainly not least, is spiritually choosing to be ready. And that is, holy smokes, judgment. If you are on a spiritually level consciously choosing to be ready, then prepare for rebirth, I'm hearing. Prepare for a new level of awakening, because if you are spiritually choosing readiness in your spirit and your soul, then the dead will truly fall away from you, and you will be reborn new from that experience. Judgment isn't a card about being judged. It's about rebirth. It's about reawakening. It's about spiritual clarity, I'm hearing, in your spirit at a soul level. To know that as you've laid down the stagnancy and the hesitation and the doubt and the fear that was potentially blocking you from being spiritually ready, choosing to be ready on a spiritual level, it is all laid to rest for good. And then you are born again as a new being spiritually through choosing readiness. And the gods, the angels, your guides praise that level of readiness as well as all the levels of readiness. But if you're choosing readiness on a spiritual level, it's an outward ripple that is heralded in the skies and heavens. I'm hearing for years to come. It's like, feels like that little drop of water in the pond of stillness, but it ripples out into all aspects of your life. Because speaking from personal experience, the most deepest and profound transformations and healing processes I've gone through have been from the deepest level of as within, so without. I started on a spiritual, emotional level and worked my way through the mental and through the physical to the new reality, as opposed to starting with the physical and working my way to the emotional and spiritual. And judgment is here to herald that new emotional and spiritual beginning for you with choosing readiness on a spirit-based level, on a soul-based level. I'm hearing your soul is always ready. You can choose to shine light. The light of spiritual readiness, the light of my soul is always ready. My soul has chosen to be ready within this frequency, so that good fortune can happen physically within my life, so that I can tune into the mental bliss that is awaiting me, so that I can have a clear and discerning heart that will know that it is safe to choose the option and be ready for the outcome, and also trust that all will be well. Shine the light on the choices in your life, knowing that readiness is a choice and not a feeling you need to wait for. And then from there, you get to trust that all will be well. And when you choose from that level, it is quite the profound spiritual awakening. That is the reading for the Virgo New Moon. It has been long. Again, check out the description down below for the timestamps if you wish to choose your own adventure. If you have watched through this entire reading, I thank you, 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 and I send you all the blessings of goodness and health and wholeness and happiness that choosing readiness brings. And I will see you in my next reading. Please like and subscribe. May you be well, and you may trust that all will be well for you. Namaste.